Hey everyone, it's Keto Karen. So in today's video, we are gonna talk about inflammation. I had a few people request this, so I'm going to try to keep it as easy and basic as possible, but there's a lot of people don't talk about inflammation and they don't really realize. So I really hope that these few tips and tricks can help you understand what inflammation is and what you can do to help reduce the inflammation in your overall body. So thanks so much for watching my channel. I truly appreciate it. I love helping and sharing all the information that I learn. I do try my best to present it as easy as possible. I have spent hundreds of hours researching different things. Myself, I had major migraines, insomnia, I had a lot of joint pain, I had a lot of different things. So I knew that I had inflammation. So I tried for years to figure out how to reduce this. So I'm going to try in this next few minutes to explain to you what it is and what you can do. So we have two different types of inflammation. We have acute inflammation and chronic inflammation. Acute is when, like, you get a bee sting and it swells. That's acute. It signals the body that there's something going on there and that the body needs to go and send help to fix the problem. So the body goes, takes care of it, and fixes it. Then there's chronic inflammation. So chronic inflammation, I had migraines for years. That was a chronic inflammation. Some people can have like bloat in their stomach. That's inflammation in their stomach. It could be moodiness, brain fog, any of the inflammatory diseases. So you've got like Crohn's, colitis, arthritis, any of the itises, when it ends in that, you know that it's inflammation. But even fibromyalgia and just all of those things are inflammation. So when you get inflammation in your gut, it can really wreak havoc on your overall health, because when your gut's inflamed, it's really hard for your body to break down and pull out the nutrients and keep your body really healthy, because it's really, our body really all starts in our stomach. As long as we're feeding ourselves well, it will feed the rest of ourselves well and we'll be healthier. See, that's a major place that you do not want inflammation. But some of the things is a lot of people are eating inflammatory foods. So a lot of grains, and I know that there is nutrients and different things in grains, but they're also inflammatory. So if you're going to eat grains, then I would recommend soaking them and sprouting them so that you get rid of the lectins in them. Also, I would go with non-GMO, but I don't recommend people eating grains, but if you do eat grains, I would recommend doing it sprouted and making sure that it's non-GMO. Legumes and those types of things are very inflammatory as well. Even most processed foods. So if it's come in a box, if you can't read most of the ingredients because you don't know what they are, it's probably gonna cause inflammation. So every so many hours, if you're constantly eating foods that are inflammatory, and then you have the genes for arthritis or Crohn's or whatever, you are feeding that, and then it expresses in that part of your genes. So we all have different genes. And so some people might show up as like diabetes. It can just express in different areas. But just know that when you're eating inflammatory foods, you are feeding that. And so if we switch over and we go to anti-inflammatory foods, then you will not only not feed inflammation, but there's some foods and some types of things that you can do, getting your body into a state of ketosis. It will actually pull out inflammation from your body. But some of the best foods to eat are dark leafy greens. They can really help so much. They're micronutrient dense, so they can really help to do those things. There's no anti-inflammatories in them, and they can really help to start healing the gut, getting those kind of things working. Also, you want to look at like avocados, coconut oil. Coconut oil can really help to repair your guts, and it does like so many different things. But I've read a lot of articles on coconut oil recently, and they're really showing the benefits from your stomach. So when you can start healing your stomach and start digesting more foods, you can start healing other things. But again, we're going to remove out the inflammatory foods, lemons and limes, and apple cider vinegar. So freshly squeezing lemons and limes in your water, putting like lemon and limes, like if I fish, I always take some lemon and put that over it. Those can really, really help as well. Apple cider vinegar, if you take it either right before or during your meal, can really help with aiding in digestion and helping get rid of some of the inflammatory markers in your stomach as well. And then healthy fats. So avocados are really, really good. If you're gonna, we really do recommend eating the cleanest meats that you can eat. So if at all possible, grass-fed, non-antibiotic animals. I know that's not always possible, but if possible, it can really, really help as well. So I do have some notes. I want to make sure I didn't forget anything. Yeah, so carbs do drive inflammation. So when you're eating a high carbohydrate diet, it is a little hard to explain. I'll really try to do this as easy as possible, but if you're very insulin sensitive, so if you eat carbohydrates and you gain weight really easy, that means you're very insulin sensitive. When you are eating the carbs and the insulin's coming in and pushing that in your fat cell, not everybody's insulin sensitive, but if you are really insulin sensitive, when it's going to that fat cell, the fat cell is actually expanding a bit, and when that expands, it puts off a byproduct that's inflammatory. So if you are eating high carbs every day, you're putting off a little bit of inflammation into your system every single day. So that's making your body work harder. And that could be why you're like tired and cranky. Like if your body's always fighting inflammation, it's not going to give you the energy to do other things because it's busy doing other things. So if you can stop burdening your body with that, then it can give you the energy you need. But it does take time, especially if you've had a long time of eating a poorer diet. And it might have seemed healthy to you, but like anything, if you are, some foods can be good for some people and not necessary for others. So some of the biggest culprits for that would be nuts, dairy, eggs. Those are probably the biggest. Corn, those types of foods. So eggs and dairy and nuts are all very ketogenic, and I do recommend them. But if somebody is intolerant to them, it is still going to put inflammation. If you're eating foods that's not good for your body, you still need to not have them for you. So I personally don't eat a lot of dairy because I know I am dairy sensitive. I know if I eat too much dairy, I will gain weight or it'll completely, I just feel a little bit bloated and things. So when I do eat dairy, I do make sure that it's a good quality dairy and I don't eat too much of it. But you need to really do what works for you. But if you look, and maybe I can make out a list of higher inflammatory foods, but really stay away from your grains, your legumes, and then certain any like processed, like I call it garbage carbs. But if it's processed and it's got a lot of sugar and a lot of those things, you definitely don't want that in your body. And if you're really trying to reverse, you want to eat tons of greens, tons of like low carbohydrates, vegetables. I will link a video of 22 top keto foods to eat. A lot of those are anti-inflammatory, so that will help with any of your health issues. But even people that are really healthy, you don't want to be burdening your body and putting in inflammation in your body. It's going to wreak havoc on you over the years and years and years of doing it. So I hope this has helped, and by all means, please comment below if you have any feedback. Would love to hear from you. As always, you can subscribe to my channel. There is a little bell. You can hit the notification button so that you get notifications on anytime new videos come out. I am going to try to get to recipes. I am trying to also do videos on what people have requested. So I'm going to try to get through that list. And anyway, if there's anything I can help you out with, please message me and would love to help you. Thanks.